Hello and welcome back to your practice. This is week 3, meditation number 3. So we're going to elongate the mantra just a little bit. So I have written the description, or the actual mantra rather, in the YouTube video description. So you can just follow along, but I would recommend pausing this, getting a piece of paper, and just quickly writing it down. It's not that complicated, it's not that long, but so that you could easily follow along with the mantra, you are welcome to do it that way. So feel free to pause if you like. This today is going to be what I had learned this as the long form of the Gayatri Mantra. I'm sure it goes by some other names, but it's a part of the Gayatri Mantra that sometimes precedes the Gayatri Mantra that some of you might know. But we're just going to work with this part today, and then at the end of this, I'm going to then chant maybe the somewhat familiar part to some of you, but you may have never heard it before. The Gayatri Mantra, to distill it down, is to help us kind of burn off our ignorance, to awaken us to a higher state, to help us purify the mind and bring about a deeper state of devotion. So it just keeps going back to the idea of mantra, using it to focus the mind and to keep calling us back into our heart to remember the divine essence of who we are. So we will start by centering with the breath, and then I will start naming these mantras, and they do go up with the 7 chakras. So it's kind of a nice meditation for us to do following the work we did last week. So they go all the way up through the 7 chakras, up to the crown of the head. So let's begin. Let your eyes close. Bring your palms together for a moment. And just rub your hands back and forth. Give them a quick little rub until they feel nice and warm. And then push your palms together at your heart. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. And inhale. Hold it in. Slowly exhale. Release the breath. 2 more times. Inhale deep and suspend the breath. Exhale slowly. Try one more. Inhale. Suspend. And relax your shoulders. Release the breath. Rest your hands anywhere that feels good to you. Lap, thighs, knees. Sit up nice and tall, and yes, let's take these first moments to check in. How are you doing today? Every day on the meditation cushion is different. Sometimes we're enthusiastic, sometimes we're tired, sometimes we're excited for practice, sometimes we're having to go through the motions and just get it done, and it's all okay. It really is. Believe that what you're doing is enough, and just be here, see what happens. What's on your mind today? Just acknowledge that first. And what are you carrying in your heart? What are you working with? And just know that all of that's waiting for you, right, on the other side of this meditation. But maybe it's a little different. Maybe your perspective shifts. Just allow the power of the practice to come through. Create a soft, natural breath. No exaggeration, no strain. Minimal amount of effort through your breathing. And we'll begin. I'm going to start naming these mantras, going from the bottom up. And I'll continue a couple times up through, and then I'll start to chant it. As always, you can chant silently, you can chant aloud. Om Bhur, Om Bhuvaha, Om Swaha, Om Maha, Om Jyanaha, Om Tapaha, Om Satyam. At the bottom, Om Bhur, Om Bhuvaha, Om Swaha, the heart, Om Maha, throat, Om Jyanaha, third eye, Om Tapaha, crown, Om Satyam, down at the bottom, Om Bhur, Om Bhuvaha, Om Swaha, Om Maha, Om Jyanaha, Om Tapaha, Om Satyam. Now to chant them. Om Bhur, Om Bhuvaha, Om Swaha, Om Maha, Om Jyanaha, Om Tapaha, Om Satyam, Om Bhur, Om Bhuvaha, Om Swaha, Om Maha, Om Jyanaha, Om Tapaha, Om Satyam, Om Bhur, Om Bhuvaha, Om Swaha, Om Maha, Om Jyanaha, Om Tapaha, Om Satyam, Om Bhur, Om Bhuvaha, Om Swaha, Om Maha, Om Jyanaha, Om Tapaha, Om Satyam, Om Bhur, Om Bhuvaha, Om Swaha, Om Maha, Om Jyanaha, Om Tapaha, Om Satyam, Om Bhur, Om Bhuvaha, Om Swaha, Om Maha, Om Jyanaha, Om Tapaha, Om Satyam, Om Bhur, Om Bhuvaha, Om Swaha, Om Maha, Om Jyanaha, Om Tapaha, Om Satyam. Now I'll chant the Gayatri, which often comes after this part. Sometimes we might hear alone. And so you can just listen today. Om Bhur Bhuva Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Diyo Yona Prachodayata. Om Bhur Bhuva Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Diyo Yona Prachodayata. Om Bhur Bhuva Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Diyo Yona prachodayata. And take a long, slow breath. Inhale. Let it out. And just sitting for the next minute or so in quiet, letting yourself absorb the vibration of mantra. If you have the time to continue to sit quietly, please do. If you've allotted just this time today, let your palms come together. Take a moment to bow into your heart. Continuing to come to our practice day after day, no matter what's happening in our lives, do the practice. There are always a million excuses why we can't, or we don't want to, or we don't have the time. Do your practice. It helps. Continuing to shed those layers that build up over the true self. Thank you for being here with me today. Namaste.